Ah, geez. Ah, geez, indeed. Welcome back to the TV Corner, guys. Today we are talking about Rick and Morty Season 5. If you don't know what Rick and Morty is by now or what it's about, it's probably because you are not watching the show, which means you are not watching this video. So I'm just going to cut straight to it for the people who have watched the show and who may or may not have already seen all of this past season. This was actually the first time I watched Rick and Morty live as it came out each week because I caught up last year when it was on Hulu, and then of course we had a year-long break. I was really excited to actually be here when they each came out each week and waiting for the next one. I thought it was gonna be really fun. So although I normally don't like to do this, I'm going to start off with the lows because I want to review it, tracking how I felt about this season. At least half, if not like 2/3 of this season is not great. It is not up to the Rick and Morty standards that I was expecting from the last three to even the fourth season. It is bookended by pretty good episodes, which I'll get to in the highs, but definitely the middle is incredibly weak. Rick and Morty has always been about stupidity layered with really thought provoking things and interesting concepts and really great themes. And half of the season was not that. It was just the stupidity. I am definitely one of those Rick and Morty fans who's like, but bro, you just don't get it. It's so smart, though. I am that person. I am not that person with half of this season. It's kind of like they just didn't know what they wanted to do with it, so they just kept coming up with the last ditch idea they could think of. Like they were scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like the things that they were coming up with, both conceptually and in terms of jokes, were like really baseline stuff. There is an entire episode where there are monsters made out of stuff. There's an entire episode devoted to turkeys. And the president was in this season, I think, twice. Not that that's like a bad thing, but every time the president is in an episode, for me personally, it's usually kind of a boring episode or a throwaway one, and the fact that he was in it twice says a lot to me. So yeah, a lot of the middle was, for lack of a better word, pretty boring to me. It was very flat, and it was not up to the standards of the more complex episodes that I've seen of Rick and Morty. It was definitely more of we just want to see a lot of shooting and a lot of stupid dumb jokes, and that's the adult cartoon we have. But it does get a little better. It's not the best I've seen, but it does get better. First off, it does start with a really great episode. I really loved episode 1 because, like I said, this is the first time I've watched it live, so I was like, all right, this is going to be great. I'm really excited. It's like they still have the magic that made the first 4 seasons work with all those interesting ideas and it being really funny and sarcastic and everything. And I was really excited because that first episode was really funny and really thought-provoking. Even the second one was pretty thought-provoking. They just kind of went downhill from there. But then episodes 9 and 10 are a lot better. They are more interesting, especially episode 10 is a mind fuck. I don't really know what happened, but I'm okay with that because if I had to take Rick and Morty and pick either the episodes that were very understandable but stupid or the ones that I barely understood but I was interested the entire time, I'm going to go with the one I barely understood because that's what I expect from Rick and Morty. I expect to come out of it and go, what the shit just happened? Let me watch that again. I want to watch it again, which is probably not a really weird request for a show. I think the thing that really seals the difference between the first and last 2 episodes and the middle is there's a lot less character depth in the middle. Like there's almost virtually none. But the last 2 episodes especially get back to the Rick and Morty dynamic of their relationship and their toxic relationship at that, and then healing those things. Now, we've seen this in obviously the first couple of seasons, and that's what we really attach to. And whether or not we love all the funny jokes and the really interesting concepts, that is what really makes a difference. That was proven to me in this season because it was really only the first episode and the last 2 that really got my attention. And they're, I think, the only ones that really deal with the relationship between Rick and Morty. And that's really why I think the middle suffered a lot, because they just didn't have any depth for pretty much any character, even Beth, Jerry, or Summer, or Squanch. There was no character depth for pretty much anybody. So that's definitely what they need to attach more of in the next couple seasons. Now, my only worry is, we've already had 4, and I guess a half seasons of this relationship, and we've already seen a lot of different dynamics with it, but I think they're renewed for like 70 episodes or something. That's another 7 seasons. So we're not even halfway through the series at this point if that continues. How many times can they do this dynamic? How many times can they go back to their relationship, even though it is the crux of the whole show, without it being repetitive or like we need to do something new? That's my only worry with it. I really hope that they can continue to do good stuff with it, but I really hope that, they can do it without having to fill in all the rest of the season with really dumb episodes. Because like even season 4 wasn't the best one. I mean, I think up until this season 4 was technically the worst season for most people. It had some episodes where it's like that wasn't as great, but even the not so great episodes were still interesting in concept or thought-provoking or had some sort of character depth. And then when they had good episodes, they were incredible episodes. The Vat of Acid episode, but this one, even the best episodes were still okay, and it wasn't like it blew me out of the water. It was more like, oh, thank God, it saved the season a little bit. I will say, though, Morty has some pretty badass moments in this season, and I'm very happy about that because he is my favorite character. I love when he gets really calloused about stuff, and he just like is like, ah, fuck this, and just starts punching people or something. I think that's really funny. One of my favorite moments is from the Purge episode when he knocks down that guy, and then he's like,
"You want me to cut to 3 weeks earlier when you were alive?"
And then he calls Rick a rickety piece of crap. It's just so funny. But I think the thing that made me laugh the most, and this is really sad, was the end of the intro theme song. Because the intro theme, as you all know, is just a bunch of really wacky stuff that we're going to see or sometimes don't see throughout the season. And I thought this was brilliant. The end of the intro is just Morty very casually making a putt in golf and then being like, thank you, as everybody cheers. That's it. And I thought that was the funniest thing. It never comes up. It's just, you would not expect that from all these other wacky stuff. It was very funny. And that was probably the only thing that I laughed at consistently in every single episode. So overall, Rick and Morty Season 5 is a major disappointment. But it still had some good stuff that gives me hope that they can continue to come up with new ideas in the future seasons, specifically regarding Rick and Morty's relationship. It's not like I've lost all hope for Rick and Morty or anything. This just could be chalked up to just, a bad season in the middle. Who knows? I mean, they still 70 more episodes, so they're probably going to be doing something good with it. Who knows? I'm going to give Rick and Morty Season 5 a 2 out of 4. Let me know what your thoughts are on Rick and Morty Season 5. Let me know what your favorite episode was. If you had a favorite episode, a lot of people are saying that they thought the whole season was pretty great. I don't know. Let me know if you're one of those people. I mean, if you did, props to you. Let me know what you think of Rick and Morty Season 5. And as always, keep your hopes high, your stress low, and TV shows right in the middle. See you guys later.
Screw you, Rick! I'll purge you too, you old rickety piece of crap!